Hello, I'm Brooke reporting tonight on the special news report for the Devonian time period, also known as the Age of the Fish. The Earth was mostly covered in water, but also had land where the first insects and plant evolution also occurred. We will start with our national news tonight. The Devonian period occurred from 460 million to 358 million years ago. The supercontinent Gondwana occupied most of the southern hemisphere, while Euramerica was just in the northern hemisphere. A collision between Euramerica and the smaller northern continent of Siberia, called the Calderian orogeny, would later become Great Britain, the Northern Appalachians, and the Nordic Mountains. Erosions from these mountains gave large amounts of sediment to the lowlands and shallow seas. The Devonian period had mostly water life, but also had life on land. The vegetation of the early Devonian period consisted of small plants, the tallest being 1 meter tall. Reef ecosystems consisted of brachiopods, trilobites, and horned corals. Placoderms became the dominant marine predators. They had simple jaws but no real teeth. Instead, they had bony structures used to crush prey. Sharks and rays were common by the late Devonian. Plants continued to evolve during the Devonian. Leucophytes, horsetails, and ferns grew to large sizes and formed Earth-first forests. At the end of the Devonian period, progymnosperms, such as Archaeopteryx, were the first successful trees. It could grow up to 98 feet. Land animals like millipedes, centipedes, and arachnids continued to branch out during the Devonian period. The earliest known insect, called Rhinella precursor, was a hexapod with antennae and a segmented body. Early tetrapods most likely evolved from the lobe-finned fishes. The earliest known tetrapod is Tiktaalik rosea. Tiktaalik was mostly aquatic. It had a crocodile-like head, a movable neck, and nostrils for breathing air. Moving to our local news tonight, the two best-known Middle Devonian exposures, which intersect in Pennsylvania and New York, include several spots on the south shore of Lake Erie. The Devonian rocks crop in and out a north-south band through the central part of the state and eastward along the Lake Erie shore, from Sandusky to Ashtabula. Several fossils have been found locally, like Atriba spinosa from the middle of the Devonian period. Cladstaleche, a shark from the late Devonian, is a well-known early shark from fossils found on the south shore of Lake Erie. Advancing to the weather tonight, the Devonian climate of the region was very warm and quite dry. The ocean temperature reached 80 to 85 degrees and lacked glaciers. It's best for the visitor to wear summer clothing and bring lots of water to keep hydrated. Some attractions to do if you're living in the Devonian period would be to fish, snorkel, dive, swim, and go boating. A cool thing to see in the Devonian period is Dunkleosteus. It was the largest member of the placoderms and had one of the most powerful bites of any fish, including those of modern-day sharks. Dunkleosteus preyed on Cladoceuch. Remains of Dunkleosteus have been found in Morocco, Belgium, Poland, and North America. Breaking news tonight about the extinction of the Devonian period. It's considered to be the second of the top 5 mass extinction events in Earth's history. There were 2 events of the species reduction. The Kawasser event of the late Middle Devonian was responsible for the death of the great coral reefs, jawless fish, and trilobites. The Hainsberg event at the Devonian/Carboniferous boundary killed the placoderms and most of the early ammonites. The causes of the extinction are debated, but may be related to the cooling climate from the lack of CO2 caused by the Earth's first forests. Although 70% of the invertebrate species died, terrestrial plants and animals were largely unaffected by these extinction events. Major predators in the Devonian period include Dunkleosteus, Tiktaalik rosea, and Euspenothryn.